I did some notes. I'm not actually, I have, but
Okay.
I'm not the note guy type.
Yes, that's-
I like to talk freely.
It's
mostly,
better.
Just a little bit, a line, to bring a line in there.
Yeah.
So first question.
Yeah.
Who are you and what do you do?
So I'm Wuthrer. I'm half of the studio called Klakmioch, because we are two guys working on Ninza actually, and I live in Fribourg,
Yes?
in Switzerland.
Fribourg.
Freiburg, I guess.
Freiburg, huh?
Freiburg.
Fribourg.
Fribourg.
The Seislers, you know the Seislers, the German
Yeah,
speaking.
yes.
Oh, yeah. So Fribourg.
Okay.
Fribourg.
Fribourg. And also the other half of the studio is Kane, and he lives in France. So we already, like this international team, we work remotely with friends, and we've been starting to work on Ninza like 2 years ago, I guess, for serious, So this is who I am actually. There's a bunch of other stuff that I did before video games, but it's not that much interesting. I guess I'm a little bit of the guy who try a lot of stuff, I've been studying psychology, I've been studying art, and now I'm making games. So it's a little bit, just going all around and trying
What
out
was your
stuff.
motivation to primarily? Were you in touch with games long before?
Yeah, I mean,
So that's like the ground you are building up.
I've always been working on games since I got my first computer. Trying. Like a lot of people do, like modding, modding a lot, and then working on my first game. Very little indie projects, the kind of games you can find on IH.io, the RT and stuff like that. And but actually, Ninza is the first, fast action game, very easy to play, and the first big project, if you want.
Okay.
And then working with somebody else. So not only the guy that do everything. Now I'm just doing game design and art. That's why also the game go faster, in development. So I've always been working on games, always a side project. But now with Ninza, we feel like we've got something that could be, bankable, as they like to say it. So that's why now we're full into Ninza. And
Okay. Nice.
yes.
So did you like what kind of maybe it's going into the same direction as before the question, but what kind of programs did you use to begin with? Like I know Blender, for example.
Yeah.
So did you use Blender or did you go directly like with, let's say about like 11 years maybe, as you were little,
Yeah.
you already
Oh.
began to reach out for such things, and so those programs, the actual programs, would be really cheap for
Yes.
a teenager to solve stuff.
Yeah.
So did you?
Not really, because I have to be honest with you, I'm very bad at technical stuff. So the more I can avoid using a computer, I know it sounds weird, but actually it's true. The more I can avoid using computer to create art, the more I feel confident.
Yes.
So I always try, because basically a lot of the arts I do for video games are hand drawing. So I hand draw everything.
Yes.
And then you just put it into a computer with scanning and Photoshop, the very basic stuff actually. But the counterpart is you have to, like animation, you have to draw every frame. It's like the old school animation stuff.
Yes,
So it's very, very, very vintage somehow. But the good point with this kind of technique is like, is it for indie games? There's so much indie games right now in the market. And if you want your game, just to be noticed, you have to put something in the visual that just stands out. At least a little bit, so people can say, "Oh, it's not this game I've already seen.
Yeah.
It's something different." So that's why I think I'm quite lucky, because using all these hand draw graphics, like we're gonna see after while Ninza will be played. It's something that helps to stand out. So I'm pretty happy because the fact that that I'm afraid of using technical software like Blender and stuff like that makes that the 2D stuff I'm drawing actually helps the game to be noticed. So.
Yeah. So actually, it all started with school drawings. We could say
Oh yeah.
on the big one. Yes, like everybody else did. So you just.
I mean, I'm not the only one using these techniques, that's for sure, but that's not something that is so common, actually.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot, I mean, it goes with tendencies, yes, because one time everybody was going for pixel art, in indie games, it was the big stuff, doing pixel art was great, and then at some point it changes a little bit, and now people are trying. There was this voxel phase because of Minecraft and etc. It changed every time. But for now, I feel like the hand-drawn style is not that common, so it makes Ninza a little bit special.
How would you describe your game to a mother? What would you tell her? So describe the game like it's like for non-gamers.
I would love, yes. Okay.
I think it's not that difficult for you than it is for other developers.
Yeah, but what I would love to say for joke is if your son or your daughter got a friend that you don't like, buy this game so they're gonna play together and they're gonna hate themselves. So it's great for you. But no, for a mother I would say if you like fast action games, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to play and.
The problem with fast action games. I don't know. I think you know retimed as well.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the problem with fast action games is, for me.
Yeah.
I'm too slow.
Okay.
I'm going. It's not been. I've not been there before. But
yeah.
I know I have to train more often.
Yeah.
To get quicker. It starts with Super Mario Smash.
True,
with
yes.
Smash, I'm so lost.
Yeah.
I am so lost. If you're not training hard enough, all the time you're so lost. Is Ninza a game I could achieve quick? Well, I achieve it against my friends. That's another thing. But
a part of me wants to say yes, but the other one will say, it's still not that easy to grab at the beginning. To handle, because yes, it's fast and difficult. But the thing is, what we try to do is that you don't have to manipulate crazy inputs. Like in Smash Bros, it's actually very difficult because you have this ton of little.
Complete different story than
exactly, and so we didn't want that. We wanted to create a game that is actually difficult when you're very good at it, because we want it to be competitive and interesting. You have a lot of possibilities, and you always have to read what your opponent is doing, so you don't get by surprise. So it's very like Smash Bros in somehow the way you think when you play it.
Yes.
But it's actually much easier and don't have to train like 10 hours just to be able to manipulate just the character, because at some points when playing Smash at the beginning you realize that you can run and you can walk, or all the dash dancing and all those crazy stuff that you got so much that you can hit backwards, and no, there's only 2 buttons. Yes. So that's the thing we wanted. Only 2 buttons, but still you have to learn a little bit.
Okay.
It's like.
So it really takes more hand-eye coordinations for. That's the main aspect of the game, I would say.
Yes.
So it trains as well. It trains well your hand coordination. It's a little bit bloody, a little bit just.
Or do you say la?
It's a little bit bloody, gory.
Oh yes, true.
Bit,
yes,
but not that extreme.
Yes.
So.
No, it's not extreme.
Do you have problems with this? Do you get punches on this topic?
Not yet, but maybe it will come. What we will.
Well, it's very comically so.
Yes, so maybe it passed. But yeah, the thing is, everything is kind of cute, with the colors and everything. So we just didn't want to make something cute, because really Ninja is about being harsh with your friend. You need to trap them, you need to read their opponent, then you need to crush, and it's very satisfying when you kill someone in Ninja. Everyone to go like all in with that. Yes, playing Ninja, drives you a little bit crazy, and we wanted just to add this blood so it makes it more satisfying. And it creates something quite fun because everything is cute and there's this bloody aspect. I don't know if you ever heard about the show Happy Tree Friends. It's an old show where all cartoons are very cute and it always happens bad stuff to them, like very, very bloody. And it was some kind of inspiration for us. We wanted to be like that. It's very, Ricky Morty, this type of humor. That's something we really enjoy. So that's why we went for the bloody stuff.
Did you have difficulties in the planning, the structure, the doing of this game? What were the difficulties?
Yes.
I
think it was because of Eurofest actually last year. We were first doing I think our first tournament with the Swiss Game League there, and the game was at an early stage, and we were quite happy with it actually. But some players were playing it, and their feedbacks was, okay, it's cool, but we feel like it's missing something. There's not enough depth, there's not enough strategies you can put, and
yes.
The core mechanism was nice, but it was just, we needed to add more spice. And it took us quite a lot of time to find something simple, but something that we changed a lot in the game.
Yes.
And the only thing we had to change, because we try a lot of stuff, is just to give the power to charge your attack.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But first we would try to add something else, but actually we just took something we had already, but you can charge your attack. And only this just puts a ton more strategy to the game when you control it very well. Because all the game is about moving around and not getting crushed by your enemies. But when you charge your attack, you will just don't move. So it makes you very vulnerable. But at the same point, if you're able to charge your attack, you will do a lot more damage.
Yep.
So it's just put this very interesting question that the player is always asking to himself: should I take a risk and do a bigger attack, or just play more safe and do a simple attack? So then I don't stay, I don't charge. But because when you charge your attack, just don't move. You just stay like a Super Saiyan and you charge your attack.
Yeah.
And so just a little simple things like that just adds ton of depth. And we didn't add any buttons, so we were really happy with that because it was important. So,
okay, nice.
So that was the most difficult for us,
yeah.
just finding this little thing,
Yes. I'll try to translate that quick, because that was a big one.
Yes, sir.
Also, ich habe gefragt, was so die Schwierigkeiten waren im ersten Wurf des Spiels. Und er hat gemeint, grundsätzlich sei es natürlich gut, das ist comichaft, Stil und alles tiptop, also das Side-Scrolling, aber es sei das schon, sie haben Sachen präsentieren, Stage und Sachen. Der Punkt war, sie haben mehr Teufel ins Spiel wollen. Sie haben mehr Teufel ins Spiel geben. Und das haben sie durch das geschafft, dass sie ein bisschen mehr Strategie dazugegeben haben mit verschiedenen Funktionen zusätzlich.
Das kann man nicht allein spielen, das Spiel.
Nein.
Sondern, wie viel?
How much players? 4.
Yes, 4 is good. It works with 2 also, but it's just as you want, 2 or 4.
4.
Also, da brauchen wir mehr als eine. Spielt ihr mit?
Ich kann. Do you play with
2?
us? Or
Yes.
2, also, wir brauchen noch
If you
einen.
want to.
Also, wir haben noch einen Herger. Wir haben einen Herger. Da ist er. Er kommt auf die Bühne. Er geht auf die Bühne.
Nice. Sehr schön.
Geht er auf die Bühne, hat er gesagt. Also, wir gehen absolut spannend in die Totale.
Salut. Schon noch begrüßen.
Schön. Dein Mikrofon ist schön.
Okay, I'll have one small question before we start to play.
Yeah.
We have a lot of time to play, so
Yes.
it will be fun. Okay. What do you have in mind for the Swiss developer scene? Do you think we have to go in the direction AAA, which is very hard, I guess?
Yes.
Or do you believe more in indie games sections like a lot of developers,
Yeah.
but quality games
Yes.
and special games. What is your opinion on that?
Yes, I think we just missed the AAA train when it comes first. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. It's too late to go AAA. Or you can imagine like a big investor coming in Switzerland, but I wouldn't understand why. There's other players that will do that better. So no, I think it's too late. Maybe. But we have to start with little indie studios. That there's already some studios that prove that you can do that, especially in Zurich. Like Philomena Schwab with Niche and Embatus.
Yes.
It's always very, as you said, very quality games, well crafted, and then just being able to reach your audience and do something great with that. And I think for Switzerland, that's the best thing to do actually. That yes, because we don't have and still we're still lacking a lot of savoir-faire.
Yeah.
I mean, of skill, and we're still learning, how to do great games and how to. Actually, I think the thing we miss most is marketing, because we always tend to forget about the marketing, commercial stuff. And if you don't have that in mind, you can do the best great game in the world, but you will just disappear as an indie game. So that's something I think if we want to go further in Switzerland, we have to be better at that.
Yes.
And not only that, but that's something we shouldn't forget.
So do you have in mind like finding a partner who could take your marketing as it is a AAA marketer, or a little bit under AAA, like let's say, I don't know, who is there, Bethesda maybe, something like that? So that you could find like a coexistence together. Mostly the problem I think is independent. Well, there are independent labels who are getting the marketing through the AAA, the big names.
Yes.
But then that's the discussion we had already in our TV show. So we had indie games.
Yeah.
We had the theme indie games, and the question was, is it still indie when a AAA marketer does the marketing for an indie game? Is it still indie? That was a big question. So I believe yes, because it's not just only the money it was behind. It's mostly the developer's choice, the free will of doing the game, how you like it, how you want to develop it.
That's true.
I think that's the point.
I think you're right. Once you keep that, just what you were saying, it has this indie spirit actually. That's what makes it. That's what makes the more sense of it.
Yes,
I do agree. So yes, we've been looking for a publisher, and we're still looking for a publisher. We had some, maybe some possibilities, but we're still looking for a publisher that we feel like is respecting, the indie spirit, and that we still want to make a game we want to be proud of. And what is most important for us, we want to create a game that we love to play. Because it's pretty crazy in some festivals, because we've been showing Ninza in some other festivals. With my friend that works with me on Ninza, we like to play. I mean, when nobody is at the booth, because for some reason we just sit there and we play, and we're really happy to play Ninza together. And I remember one day that other indie developer came by our booth. Well, they were like our neighbor, I just said, guys, are you fed up with your game? We see you still keep playing it. And I said, no. If we don't love play your game, there's no point of making it. Yeah. Oh, that's for us. That's the.
Oh my God. Es geht ein bisschen laut wieder da auf der Stage. Man hört von Anfang nicht. Aber ja, wir warten es heute schnell. Es ist besser. Okay.
Yeah.
Try again.
Okay. Yes. So. Yes, and the thing is, it's important for, I think, that we still have fun while we play our game. Some people at some point are just so fed up with the game they're creating because of marketing, because of the time it takes or whatever. Just you feel the game just collapse at some point, and it's not that good. So that's something very important for us.
Yes.
I mean, how can you create a fun game if you don't have fun at making it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's something important for us.
Well, it's kind of. I feel like, you know, I'm in my age. Well, I'm 34. It's not like I'm 50 or something. But
Yeah.
I have kids. I have a job to do.
Yeah.
You know, I think that the development of big games like, for example, where is an example?
Red Dead Redemption.
Horizon Zero Dawn as an example.
Yes,
Or
yeah.
the big open world games, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to
Same.
play this game.
Same.
It's just too big. It's
Yeah.
too big. With actually this Star Wars Fallen Order,
Yeah.
wonderful game, by the way. They did it now, so they got what we have looking for. What we were looking for, and that's okay. You know, it's like, what is it, 20 hours?
Yes.
So
It's
for
right.
me, that's like 2 weeks, 3 weeks
Yeah.
of gameplay,
Yeah.
and then it's done. You know,
Yeah.
it was a good. It's a good. I'm not through already, but it's a good.
Yes, it's a
a
good
good
amount
time.
of time. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not too much. It's
Horizon Zero Dawn was funny because, you know, the problem with big games is always they don't if they don't suck you in,
Yeah.
they're lost. You know,
Yes,
you're like,
it's
if
true.
the main quests don't get you right,
Yeah.
you don't even go and do the side quests.
True.
So
You're just
I don't have the time for the side quests to do. That's why the big game should be really, really
Really interesting.
fascinating
Yeah.
and interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So otherwise, I'll just play it like 2 hours and then it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's sad, but it's like that.
It's like that. Yeah.
I understand that younger people who have more time aside
Yeah.
like those kind of games to go back there and
Yeah.
do stuff
Yes.
and care about the story but as long as you don't have the time to do that,
That's-
you get in an age where you have to.
Yes. And
Now comes the beat.
yeah.
There comes the time you have to slow down and
Yeah.
take it easy.
And the other thing is, I don't know. I feel frustrating. I don't want to play, you know, only one game for 6 months. You know, there's so much games
Yeah,
just
exactly.
being released at the time, you know. And I want to be curious. I want to experience different things. So
Yes.
if someone tell me, "Hey, I've got this big, huge game that you can play forever," no, I mean, I want to be curious. I want
Yes.
to have different experience. I just want to be sticking to something.
Yes.
So I think that's definitely something. I think that's something we have in that we thought about Ninja. We want Ninja to be this little game that you play sometimes. As you were saying, it's not something we want you to get sucked. It's just like this little game that just stays there in your library, and then sometimes your friend comes by your house and like, hey, what? We should play some Ninja, you know. And it's gonna be one night or some other night after, you know, and that's fine. And we're actually working on the solo mode because we want to include some content for only one player, because for now it's only multiplayer. And we're thinking about that. We're thinking about little sessions, like, you know, Binding of Isaac.
Yes.
Binding of Isaac is smart because you can play one game of Binding of Isaac for 30 minutes. I didn't play the latest version, but at the beginning, when Binding of Isaac went out, you can have the feeling of accomplishment and finishing one game after 30 minutes. That's something we want with Ninja, you know. It's perfect with the Switch also. So you're on the train, you want to make one
Yes.
game of Ninja, perfect.
Yeah,
So
I see.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The Switch is a good takeaway stuff.
Yes.
So I'm just driving cars. That's why I don't take the Switch.
Yeah, okay.
with me. It's a little bit hard.
Don't drive and play at the same time.
Yeah. But maybe that would be an idea maybe for cars to develop a
Yes.
system you could play like with steering wheel and hologram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Auto drive on, games also on. you
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Or driving while gaming. You know, the game.
think-
Well, the immersive story.
Yeah.
Your car is the game.
Next step.
Next step, future step. I'm not sure. I think the game is ready already. Well, I think we're going soon to be able to play. Are you developing hip hop on this game? That's awesome.
You will see I'm the best best ninja players in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do it.
Yes, I'm sure.
Morning, 3 o'clock.
But yeah.
Was meinst du dazu?
Zu was?
Weißt du, eben mit diesen riesen Spielen, weißt, die extrem grossen Games, die wirklich keinen Schwanz mehr Zeit haben. Wir sind beide der Meinung,
das Thema kein letztes Wochenende, ja.
Ja.
Ich finde so solche Games eine richtige Abwechslung für zwischendurch.
Ja, vor allem mit der Zeit, du kannst es vornehmen, du kannst spielen und fertig.
Ja, genau. Kannst Hurti drauf tun.
Hast du okay?
Ich komme auch.
Kannst auch spielen, ja.
Aber ich muss da zuerst hinten durchkrasmen.
Yeah.
Also.
Because I have the controllers here. So, I hope that works. Wir müssen ein bisschen entkasteln da. Mal nehmen, das
That's
Zeugs.
the struggle with gamers.
Ja. We all love the Kabelsalat,
Struggle
oder?
with games, with cables and stuff.
Ja.
Okay,
Hergi?
Ist das ein Xbox-Controller oder was?
Ja, das geht. Das funktioniert super. What's the difference between the jars?
So the first one, Tobias, is maybe the more difficult to play because it goes very fast and it can fall down the screen by itself quite easily if you're not good at platforming. The second one is like the tank, you know.
Okay.
It deals more damage, you got a powerful attack, but it's a little bit slower. And the last one, if win, it's got a jetpack. So it's like very defensive because it can fall and you can move around very easily. But his attack isn't that great and is also quite slow. And but if you're not comfortable with platforming, just go with Ifgrim. Ifgrim is great when you. But I think you already played the first one. So.
I want to play the first
Ich
jar.
schlage vor, dass wir einfach abwechseln in diesem Fall.
Wenn wir
Ja,
anfangen?
dann lasse ich mich mal von ihm kaputt machen zuerst. I'll let me destroy because of him. That's okay, so he will destroy me, then you can destroy him.
Yes, sounds
Yeah,
great.
okay.
I love
Sounds
destroying
great.
people. It's
That's it.
nice. It's what
Okay.
Ninja is for.
Team Ninza.
Team Ninja.
Team Stübli.
Ja, und ich setze
He
einfach...
seems very confident.
Wir schaffen das, garantiert.
Is ready?
Ich bin ready, ich muss aber mein Mikrofon ablegen.
Ja,
Du hörst mich weniger fluchen.
Benno Romano, salut zusammen. Salut Benno Romano, schön, dass du dabei im Chat. Ich sage ein bisschen über den Chat an.
Actually, it's difficult to tell in. But let's say when you eat them, they make like a breath of magical energy, and when they will push the blocks in the opposite side. Like if you push the purple on the left, it will just push the blocks up and down. You know, it's like thinking of diagonal. You can, if you try to hit one, you'll see. That to surprise your adversary, it's very nice. So, which character are you? You are the red one?
Oh,
You are the red?
Ja, what the fuck is that?
I was the yellow one.
Oh, you're there. But you actually got the ghost. I don't know if you know the ghost mechanic. The ghost mechanic lets you take control of a block when you're dead, and then you can just mess around and just annoy your...
Okay.
Ja, ich habe jetzt nichts verstanden, aber ist egal.
Oh, it's quite powerful. Nice one.
I like this purple block.
The purple block is nice. We called it the whoosh. Whoosh.
What am I supposed to do?
Yes, when you do a great attack, an hyper attack on a block, it will sometimes do something different. Like he had a shield. Actually, if you do a hyper attack on the blue block, you will destroy it and get the shield. You know the aqua block, the water block. If you do a strong attack on it, you will destroy it and
Salut,
get the
Benno
shield.
Romano. Ciao, hey, salut.
Salut!
Okay.
was the ice block.
Wat gemacht? Hey!
Hey,
Ah, schau mal.
the ice block is not very friendly because it's so slow.
Yes.
And you don't spot him.
Aha,
Yes,
ich denke,
exactly. You forget about it and then up. Wow. And that's some reverse move. And yes, now you can change the scrolling. Yeah, exactly. When you hyper attack a whoosh block, the purple one, you can also make an acceleration or a reverse. Or it's reverse. It's very powerful to surprise your opponent. Very.
Nee, nee, oh, nee, oh!
Oh yes, and now you try the ghost. Which one? Yes, the weird block. It's a ghost. It's a ghost that just gets into a cube and just is haunting them.
It's very more complex
Yeah.
than I played the last one.
Yes.
So that is the depth you took to get. Okay.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
pretty cool. I like it.
But you know, there's more stuff, but the basic thing still works. You know,
Oh, zie je.
yeah. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, that when you're playing more than 2 players, we give a chance to people who are dead at the beginning to just to give that, to get a revenge, to mess around, you know. So you are this little ghost floating around. You can go into a block, and then you can move.
Oké, joh.
And
ik speel hem op.
move the block, you utilize the dash attack as well. The attack as well. So.
I like this game.
Perfect.
So, are you saying this because you're about to win, or are you saying this because you're about to win? You're almost winning.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Oh, nee. Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
Let's only check it.
If I am a ghost,
Yeah.
can I jump in every block I want? The purple one too?
Yeah. Yes.
And then I'm a purple one.
Nee, zie je.
Yes. I forgot to say that there's one last thing that can be very difficult or useful to surprise your opponents: the vertical looping. No, yes, you remember this for the last version, but every time people discover Ninza, they're like, okay, what goes top, goes bottom, and
Ninzagame.com. Go to Tana, look in
And-
It's already available, is it?
you can easily grab the game if you join the beta. We've got a Discord. If you just go on our Discord, we'll get access to the beta and you can already play and try it.
That's awesome. Also, wenn ihr das Game wollt spielen, müsst ihr auf den Discord, geht mal auf die Webseite schauen, loggen euch dort ein und dann ihnen Bescheid geben, dann könnt ihr mit der Beta mitspielen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Again, thank you.
Bye guys.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
I'll see you.
See you.
Run. Bye. So,
Das
wir
ist doch
rutschen mal ein
komische
Viertel.
Runde gewesen. Ja, wieso?
Jetzt tun wir nochmal zusammen, oder? Jetzt gehe ich auf die Seite.
Aha, du rutschst, okay.